The Big Ten Conference has canceled the fall college football season, but they do have hopes to play in the spring. So let's just go over everything that's happened pretty much the last month as far as news is concerned in college football. It all started off with the Ivy League canceling fall sports and not resuming any sports until at the earliest January 1st. Then we had announcements of a conference only schedule, shortening the season to 10 games. However, that could include maybe a one game for a non conference opponent. And then eventually everybody just gave in to a conference only schedule. And then we had the MAC conference cancel its football season with the hopes of playing in the spring as well. And what sticks out to this thing is there has been rumors amongst the Power Five conferences that it's the Big Ten and Pac 12 versus the ACC, Big 12, and the SEC conference. Now, what also sticks out with this is that once the Big Ten announced its conference only schedule, the Pac 12 made their announcement within the next 24 to 36 hours. And with the Big Ten canceling its fall season, I fully suspect the Pac 12 to make the announcement within the next 24 to 36 hours. So then the rumors are ultimately true then. It's the Big Ten and Pac 12 versus the ACC versus the Big 12 versus the SEC. So we got to remember though, the ACC also went with the conference only schedule. They waited until the SEC, they didn't wait for the SEC to make an announcement. The ACC did that on their own as well. But the SEC seems like the only conference that is fully fighting to start college football on time with a minimal delay. So, how does this affect college football as a whole? Well, when you think about it, is there going to be multiple national champions? And as far as multiple national champions, are you going to let the SEC, ACC, Big 12 play out this fall and then have the Big 10, Pac 12, MAC conference, and whoever else decides to bail? And you're going to have them settle it out for a national championship too? Or is it just going to go back to, or is it going to completely throw college football off by still having a college football playoff format with the SEC, ACC, Big 10, Big 12, Pac 12? And then you're going to give whatever team from the ACC, SEC, or Big 12 to represent, you're going to give them all the way until like May to rest up for one, maybe even two matchups. And if the college football season were to start in spring, will Justin Fields play? Probably not, because he is ultimately predicted to be a top 5 pick. Will Trevor Lawrence, the guy that is mainly advocating for college football season to take place and is right now the face of college football, will he play? Well, as much as I want to believe that Trevor Lawrence is a competitor, I just can't see him passing up the opportunity to be the number one overall pick in the NFL draft this upcoming April, especially with running the risk of being injured. Because we have seen in the past high projected athletes for the NFL draft suffer an injury during the college football season. Jalen Smith is a perfect example of that. Projected top 5 pick, gets injured in the Fiesta Bowl, and falls all the way to the second round of the Cowboys. So, what does this mean for someone in particular like Nebraska? Because let's get into another rumor as well, that on Monday there was supposedly a vote on whether or not to cancel the football season. And by a vote of 12-2, it was in favor of canceling the football season, probably even maybe just postponing, maybe not canceling, at least canceling the fall season, but still have hopes to play in the spring, which is kind of surprising considering that you have teams in the Big Ten like Ohio State and Michigan that are mostly known for their football as far as the universities are concerned. So by a vote of 12-2, the Big Ten presidents were in favor of a cancellation/postponement for the football season. The only two that said that they want to continue football, they want the show to go on, were Iowa and Nebraska, which doesn't surprise me whatsoever because all Nebraska is football and the Henry Dorley Zoo, and probably even the College World Series. That's all Nebraska is really known for. So, can Nebraska join the Big 12 conference? That is supposedly what is being rumored. Add Nebraska and Iowa to the Big 12 this season if the Big 10 is ultimately going to try playing in the spring. So if the Big 12 tries playing in the fall, ACC tries playing in the fall, the SEC tries playing in the fall, just add Nebraska and Iowa to the Big 12. Just add them to it. And it can work easily because with the Big 12 only having 10 teams right now, adding in those two, it just makes it the Big 12 all over again. And you can also have your 10, 11 game season. Just play a round robin. Just play everybody in the conference, and the two teams with the best record, that's who faces off for the Big 12 championship, which is kind of the way it works now. Since it's only 10 teams, there's no divisions. So that could work. And you also have Notre Dame going to the ACC conference. And the SEC, I think, is still going to play out as normal. So that is all I'm going to address on that statement. As far as having football, I think that what it should be is just have the teams that want to play, just let them play. And the teams that want to opt out, just opt out. Just have your own college football league in the spring, whatever. Just have the Big 10, Pac-12, MAC conference play in the spring, Mountain West play in the spring. Just have that happen. So like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.